Hello and welcome. This is what I'm building today. It's a modern ranch from 1956, so not so modern anymore. But I am actually following that floor plan you saw there. So I kind of zoomed through this part because I did have to tweak some parts of the floor plan in order for it to actually fit in The Sims. But for the most part, it does actually follow that floor plan. But yeah, anyways, so my name's Myler. Hello. This is my first actual build to this channel or uploaded to the channel. Oh my God. And I just felt like now was the time, I guess, to start showing these because I enjoy making them. Does that make sense? I don't really know. But yeah, basically, I've always enjoyed vintage and I've always enjoyed old houses in particular. I've always enjoyed making houses. Like when I was a kid and stuff, I would make them out of bricks and rocks and all that. But yeah, I've been playing The Sims since I was probably, I don't even know, 9, 7, 9, I don't know, a long time. Sims 2 was my jam. Sims 4 is less of my jam, but I do appreciate the upgrade, I guess, in quality and all that. That's for a whole different topic that I know a lot of people are going off on right now. But this is about this house. This is not about that. So, yeah, anyways, that's a little bit about me. So, this house is kind of what I imagine I would have seen on my street growing up. I lived in a 1950s ranch, and they have a soft spot in my heart for sure. I don't know why, because I used to hate them, but I just think they're kind of quaint and nice now, I guess. Sure. But yeah, anyways, I do plan to make a few more videos like this. I don't know how many I'll really do, but it's very simple to find floor plans online, even Victorian floor plans, which I've done a Victorian house, and oh my God, I don't enjoy those. There's just so much shit inside those houses, honestly. But mid-century ones are a little bit more minimalist in comparison, so they're a lot more enjoyable for me. Yeah, so I definitely didn't do a lot with the whole landscaping and everything because it was pretty played down, pretty simple. So not a big deal. And obviously I wish we had a freaking garage door that actually looked like a garage door, because the one that is on the actual like drawing of the house from the floor plan is just so perfect, and we don't have anything close to that at all in this game. I tried. I looked. I really tried. So yeah, I definitely didn't try to make this house just look pretty. Like in my mind, I love it because it's pretty authentic looking, not too, wow, that sounds really braggy. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just like, I use ugly brown carpet. Okay. I didn't go for wood because back then they really loved covering up the wood floors with ugly carpet. I don't know why. And they love their linoleum, and they love their accents of brick, and they loved dark wallpaper and all that, and dark kitchens, speaking of which. So this kitchen, I definitely tried to follow this sort of idea. Obviously, we don't have anything like cabinet wise that is exactly like this. I don't use custom content. So I'm just using what the good EA provides, I guess. And so you gotta work with what you got. But I do really love this sort of country style. I mean, that's how I think of it. I don't know if that is really what they termed it back then, but it's sort of a rustic, almost like you'd find it in a cabin type of style. Essentially, they used a lot of wood, and they didn't try to paint the wood. Not always they did, but in this particular way of doing it, they didn't paint the wood. They just left it varnished and stained, maybe stained. definitely varnished. The shit was sticky. But I don't know, if they stained it, then it was not super dark. Usually it's more orangey toned than what we have here in the game. But again, we don't really have any counters that are similar to what I dream of. So yeah, I did my best. And then this little room here, I didn't exactly know what to do, so I kind of made it a pantry, or just kind of like a housekeeping closet, I guess, since that's the whole area where the laundry is. I felt like it made sense. But obviously it's not very usable. Like, you can't, it's kind of just for looks. You can't use the things that are in there. So a lot of this house is very much just like, it's decorative. It's for the idea, not so much actual living in. You can live in this house for sure. And if you wanted to do, like, I find it fun sometimes to do like an authentic, like, challenge, not, how would you describe it? Like a challenge for myself to see if I can have a family, like, pretend like it's the 50s or pretend it's the 1880s, and, you know, live like that. Like, they don't use their phone. They don't have TVs. I guess in the 50s you could have a TV, but I tried to get a TV in here. I tried so many ways and I had to cut it all out because they all looked like terrible. So there's no TV in here because none of the TVs look 50s at all. So instead they just have a radio record player combination thing, the new one that we get in Get Famous. So yeah. Oh, and I really love this trick that I've recently figured out, to do archways inside the house instead of using the actual archways that they give you in the doors option, to just use those, whatever those things are called, that are supposed to be outdoor porch accessories, on the inside. And I think it's just a neat way to add some detail to the inside of the houses. And definitely, like, 1950s houses, even though a lot of these were houses that were sort of made to order, like, I guess houses are done that way now, but they're like tract homes where, you know, I see them a lot because I live in California, and they all kind of look the same, all have like the same stucco outside, all 2 stories, and they're all just some variation of the same house. The 50s, they did that too, because it was people coming back from the war, and they had families now, and they wanted to live that sort of domestic life where, you know, the dad worked and they had kids and they just needed to raise their family. And so there weren't as many like new houses being built in the 40s and stuff due to rationing and everything. So in the 50s, there was a boom in houses being built. If any of you have played LA Noire, they touch on this. And it is actually like a real part of history. Like, cheap houses were being built, but also decent quality houses, obviously, because some are, like, many of them are still standing. But yeah, people would essentially say, like, this is how I want my house to be. This is the kind of floor plan I like. These are some of the fixtures I like. There's some videos on YouTube where they talk about, like, oh, I just got this kitchen with my new house order, you know. So I don't know if they use those exact terms of like order, but it was essentially that process. So, but my point is, a lot of these 1950s houses, even though they were sort of made to order, they had a lot of interesting little details. And some of them being as simple as like a little archway to have a pass through from one room to another, like I have here with the dining room, the living room. Others would have been things like, you know, a dumbwaiter or something like that. And with this example here, which is what I was basing the living room off of primarily, you can see in these photos, in some of them, there were a lot of weird little built-in things. Like that first photo, they had shelves on either side of the living room, which could have been more of like a 20s craftsman style, because that was very popular then. But even still, there are just weird little things like that, like nooks and crannies that were built in to make each house kind of feel unique in its own way. I know with the house I grew up in, something that was kind of different about it was it had a desk built into the kitchen. And I know that's sort of a thing that has existed since then, but it was just different. I remember thinking it was different back then just because it had, like, it was just this weird random desk that was in our kitchen, but it was built into the cabinets, and like they clearly built the walls around it, like so that they could have a desk there. So part of the issue with this build is that I did upload it to the gallery already, but I messed up. So what you see in this video, there are a few differences in the version that is actually uploaded to the gallery, and you'll see them in the screenshots at the end. The difference is that I accidentally had to make, because I didn't save like the last bit of this, because I don't know, I messed up like real. It is a long day. Anyways, so there are a few little differences, mainly with the garage and the backyard. But yeah, it's essentially the same. Maybe just a few details are a little bit different. So it's not a big change at all. Yeah, the backyard is pretty simple. I just wanted to do kind of basic landscaping because I didn't want to up the cost too much. Yeah, so none of this is that insane at all. I just wanted to make it look like I tried a little bit, because I did. But this is always the part of building that I get so bored by, because I'm like, I just want it to be done already. Like, why can't it be done? I don't care about the plants. The Sims don't care about the plants. They don't have to water them anymore. So why do we do this? But it's because it looks pretty. So I just have to tell myself that, I guess. There are some things with this build that I kind of wish I had more room for. So I definitely think I'll do more of these 1950s style houses, just because there's some really fun things that 1950s houses had that I couldn't do in this house, because it is a pretty small house actually. Things like, having a basement and just certain details that you can put into those. And this house, I think the floor plan actually did include a basement, but I didn't put one for some reason. Hindsight is 2020. So yeah, this backyard is pretty simple. It's kind of cute though, and I didn't put a fence in the very back part, mainly because it backs up to the canal. So if you're not putting this house on that same lot, I guess it would make sense to have a back fence. But just it looked weird to me because the porch is so close to the back fence. I just felt like it didn't look right, and I didn't want to have the porch going all the way to the fence. So my solution was just no fence. Oh, and this is like my second favorite part of this house is the garage. I really love making garages in The Sims now, but I wish they would just do a freaking cars pack. Like, why can't they just do a cars pack? Even, like, I know it's hard to add cars to the game. I get it. I know I don't develop software, but I understand it's hard. Or is it develop software? Is it just coding? I don't know I have a degree in psychology. I don't know how to do any of this, but anyways, I just miss it. I miss it so much. And I miss having like like the ability to detail out garages and actually have it have a purpose and a reason for them to be in there. Because like literally no Sims are going to go in this garage. Why would they go in here? There's nothing for them to actually do in here. Maybe get the decorations, but no, wait, they don't even actually go to the box. So oh wait, do they? I don't remember now. It's been a while since I've actually had like gameplay. Okay, I'm just falling into like nonsense now. But yeah, my point is I wish The Sims would just include at least like a garage stuff pack, and so it can look realistic and soothe my soul. So anyways, here's the screenshots. It's pretty much done. Well, obviously it's done. There's screenshots now, but you can already see like there's some differences to what the outside looks like. I love how the living room came out. I just think it's so cute. Dining room's kind of whatever. Honestly, it's not the best. The kitchen I do really like. The little scallop thing that I added there, I think that is the best that I could do with like having that image of little extra detailing that a lot of 1950s houses had. And again, like this is what the garage ended up looking like. Obviously it's not what it was first looking like. But yeah, that's the end of this video. So thank you so much for watching, and I will try to do more, I swear.